There is often an air of anticipation mixed with slight dread as passengers go through airport security. You might expect to see the usual forbidden items like oversized liquids, sharp objects, or even firearms. But you'll be amazed at the truly bizarre and sometimes downright dangerous items people have tried to bring on board. This is an account of the 15 craziest things ever found in airport security, from the astounding to the downright bizarre. Number 1. An illegal mini-zoo. In 2009, Thai authorities made an astonishing discovery in the luggage of a man who was about to board a flight from Bangkok to Iran. The X-ray machines at Suvarnabhumi Airport showed unusual images, prompting security officers to open the suitcase. Inside, they discovered an illegal mini-zoo. It was an astounding sight that seemed to be straight out of a children's animated movie. The luggage contained 23 protected tortoises, 2 leopards, a marmoset, an Asiatic black bear, and 2 gibbons. The man was attempting to smuggle these endangered species out of the country, perhaps for a private collection or illegal pet trade. The animals were sedated and placed in containers and mesh bags within the suitcase. It was a cruel sight. They were cramped, clearly uncomfortable, and stressed. The authorities were aghast at the sheer audacity and heartlessness of the act. One would need to be really daring and devoid of empathy to try and smuggle these animals in such a horrifying manner. Wildlife smuggling is a significant issue, with Thailand being a major hub. The exotic pet trade fuels this dark industry, and many species are pushed closer to extinction because of this. The value of such a collection on the black market is staggering, but the cost to the environment and biodiversity is far higher. The man was promptly arrested and faced serious charges under the Wild Animal Reservation and Protection Act, which could result in imprisonment up to 4 years and a hefty fine. The animals were taken into the care of the local wildlife department. Incidents like this one underscore the necessity for vigilance in security checks at airports, not only for human safety, but also for the protection of our precious wildlife. This bizarre incident stands as one of the most audacious attempts at smuggling through airport security, firmly placing it as one of the craziest things ever discovered by airport security. Number 2. A homemade hoverboard. It's not every day that airport security stumbles upon a passenger's ambitious attempt to redefine personal transportation. In 2015, at Los Angeles International Airport, LAX, officials were surprised to discover a homemade hoverboard. Yes, you heard it right, a hoverboard. The contraption was bulky and conspicuous, with a myriad of components that initially caused confusion among the security officers. It was designed with a single wheel, a powerful motor, and gyro stabilizers to maintain balance. The audacious owner intended to bring the machine aboard as a personal item. The hoverboard's builder, a Silicon Valley entrepreneur, had intended to demonstrate his invention at a technology conference on the other side of his flight. He argued that it was perfectly safe and even offered to demonstrate its use. However, the security team was not as enthusiastic. They raised concerns about the large lithium-ion battery, which could potentially be a fire hazard. Lithium-ion batteries, particularly those of considerable size, are subject to strict regulations due to their volatile nature, particularly at high altitudes. Ultimately, the passenger was not allowed to bring his DIY hoverboard onto the plane due to these safety concerns. It was an unusual and unexpected find for airport security, emphasizing the wide range of items they must be prepared to deal with. Number 3. A corpse in the luggage. One of the most unsettling finds in airport security occurred in 2010 at Liverpool's John Lennon Airport. A woman along with her daughter was found trying to transport a corpse, her dead husband, back to their native Berlin. The 91-year-old man was discovered in a wheelchair, dressed in sunglasses, and they claimed he was merely asleep. Upon closer inspection, it was clear that the man had passed away, and the subsequent investigation revealed he had died from natural causes the previous day. The women, determined to get their loved one home, had decided to avoid the complexities and costs of formal repatriation. Hence, the macabre decision to pose the deceased as a sleeping passenger. The airport staff immediately contacted the police. The women were arrested on suspicion of failing to give notification of death, but were later released when it was determined that the man had died of natural causes. This event led to a widespread media frenzy, with stories of the incident making headlines around the world. It served as a stark reminder of the lengths to which some people will go to avoid bureaucracy, even when it leads to decisions as drastic as this one. Despite the shocking nature of this incident, the primary emotion surrounding it was sadness. This story stands as one of the most extreme and strange instances of what airport security personnel may encounter during routine checks. Number 4. Ancient artifacts. In 2016, Philadelphia International Airport security stumbled upon a passenger carrying several ancient artifacts in his baggage. Among these antiquities were stone tools, pottery, and even a Roman-era bronze spearhead. These items are not your typical vacation souvenirs, and their discovery led to an intriguing narrative of smuggling and cultural theft. Upon closer inspection, it was clear that these were artifacts of significant historical and cultural value. The passenger, a U.S. citizen, had just returned from a trip to the Middle East and had failed to declare these objects to customs. This raised a red flag, as unauthorized transportation of cultural artifacts is a serious offense. The U.S. Customs and Border Protection (CBP) authorities took over from here. They liaised with archaeological experts to assess the objects and confirm their origins. The items were believed to have originated from locations including Iraq, Iran, and possibly even the Indus Valley. Cultural artifact smuggling is a grave issue that contributes to the loss of heritage and history of many nations. It's a highly illegal act, punishable by serious penalties. The passenger in this case faced potential criminal charges, as well as seizure of the artifacts. This incident stands as a stern reminder of the importance of respecting and preserving global cultural heritage. It is indeed one of the craziest finds at airport security, highlighting that sometimes the dangers posed are not immediate physical threats, but crimes against culture and history. Number 5. Human skull fragments in clay pots. Airport security personnel at Fort Lauderdale Hollywood International Airport were in for a shocking discovery in 2013. A group of passengers returning from a trip to Cuba had declared that they were carrying spiritual items. Upon examination, however, these items turned out to be human skull fragments packed inside clay pots. The passengers claimed that they had bought these pots in Cuba, believing they contained simple dirt and stones used for spiritual rituals. They had no idea they were carrying human remains. Security officials, not equipped to handle such a discovery, called in a local medical examiner to assess the situation. The examiner confirmed the presence of human skull fragments, triggering an investigation to determine their origin and how they came to be in the clay pots. This incident raised a host of questions about the use of human remains in spiritual rituals and the potential desecration of graves. It also brought to light the complex issues surrounding cultural differences and practices. The passengers were not charged since they had declared the items and weren't aware of the contents, but the pots were confiscated. This event stands as a stark example of the truly unusual items that can pass through airport security. It's also a reminder of the importance of being aware of what one is purchasing and carrying across borders, especially when those items pertain to cultural or spiritual practices. Number 6. A Chihuahua in checked baggage. In 2015, at New York's LaGuardia Airport, a shocking discovery was made in a piece of checked baggage. During a routine security scan of luggage, officers noticed something unusual. The X-ray image clearly showed the outline of a small animal. It was a Chihuahua. The dog had seemingly crawled into the suitcase while its owner was packing and, incredibly, had gone unnoticed. The owner, an elderly woman, was just as surprised as the airport security. She had not intended to bring her pet along for her trip, and was unaware that the little dog had snuck into her suitcase. When TSA officials opened the suitcase, they found the Chihuahua cozily nestled among the clothes, seemingly unperturbed by the whole ordeal. Despite the stressful situation, the Chihuahua was in good health and had managed to survive the initial stages of travel without any significant distress. The woman was relieved to see her pet safe and was allowed to make arrangements for the dog to be taken care of. This was a clear reminder of the importance of securing luggage and ensuring that pets are safely contained and accounted for when traveling. Number 7. A cannonball from a Civil War site. In 2012, a rather unusual historical artifact turned up in security at Fort Lauderdale Hollywood International Airport. A diver, returning from a trip to a Civil War site, had discovered a cannonball underwater and decided to bring it home as a souvenir. However, when airport security scanned his luggage, the X-ray machine showed the unmistakable outline of a cannonball. The discovery of the cannonball led to a full evacuation of the airport's security checkpoint and the involvement of a bomb squad. While the cannonball was likely over 100 years old, it still posed a potential risk. Old munitions, especially those that may have been submerged and corroded, can be unstable and potentially explosive. The bomb squad carefully removed the cannonball and later carried out a controlled explosion in a secure location. The diver was not aware of the potential danger of his find and had not intended to cause any disruption. This incident serves as a reminder of the potential dangers of seemingly harmless souvenirs, especially when those souvenirs are historical artifacts. It's an example of the craziest things found by airport security and a testament to the vital role they play in ensuring public safety. Number 8. A dead venomous snake. Airport security checks are vital for ensuring the safety and security of all passengers. Sometimes, however, they also prevent potentially dangerous natural threats from boarding planes. Such was the case in 2018 at Newark Liberty International Airport, when security officers discovered a dead venomous snake in a man's luggage. The snake, a pit viper, was found inside a jar, nestled among clothing. The passenger, returning from a trip to Vietnam, claimed he had found the snake dead and decided to bring it home as a souvenir. Unaware of the regulations against transporting dead animals and especially dangerous ones, he had simply packed the snake in his checked luggage. Customs and border protection officers were called in to handle the situation, given the potential threat a venomous snake could pose. They confiscated the snake, and the passenger was fined for his failure to declare a biological specimen. This incident is a reminder of the wide variety of items, living or dead, that people attempt to transport through airports. It also underscores the importance of being aware of local laws and restrictions when traveling internationally. This bizarre finding is, without a doubt, one of the craziest things found by airport security. Number 9. A suitcase full of bugs. In 2018, customs officers at the Schönefeld Airport in Berlin had an encounter with the creepier side of nature when they discovered a suitcase full of live bugs. A Russian man had packed his luggage with dozens of plastic cups, each containing various types of live insects and spiders. The man, an amateur entomologist, had collected the bugs during a trip to South Asia. He had hoped to add these insects and spiders to his personal collection back in Russia. However, he was not aware that the transportation of live animals across international borders requires special permissions. The security officials confiscated the entire collection, as it posed potential ecological risks should the bugs escape or be released into the local environment. This incident was a clear violation of the Convention on International Trade in Endangered Species of Wild Fauna and Flora. This unusual discovery is a reminder of the importance of preserving the natural balance of biodiversity and the potential risks involved in cross-border transportation of live specimens. As one of the weirdest finds by airport security, it demonstrates the essential role airport security plays, not only in maintaining human safety, but also in protecting our environment. Number 10. Live baby eels in carry-on luggage. The diversity of items seized by airport security truly knows no bounds. At Miami International Airport in 2017, a passenger's carry-on luggage caught the attention of officers during a routine security screening. The X-ray scan revealed an unusual mass that was immediately identified as suspicious. Upon inspection, the contents of the bag were revealed to be thousands of live baby eels packed into plastic bags filled with water. The man, a professional eel dealer, was attempting to smuggle these eels out of the country, aiming to sell them in Asia where there is high demand for this seafood delicacy. Baby eels, also known as elvers, are subject to strict fishing and trade regulations due to severe population declines. They are also required to be transported under very specific conditions, none of which the smuggler was adhering to. The passenger was immediately detained and the eels were confiscated. The U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service was called in to handle the eels' disposition, ensuring they were properly cared for following this ordeal. This case underlines the extensive reach of wildlife smuggling and how it isn't limited to exotic pets or trophy animals. The smuggler's intent to profit off the illegal trade of a vulnerable species places this among the craziest things discovered by airport security. Number 11. Ninja throwing stars. Airport security is no stranger to the discovery of weapons, from firearms to knives. However, in 2014, A bizarre find at Los Angeles International Airport had officials feeling as if they had walked into a martial arts movie. They discovered a set of razor-sharp ninja throwing stars in a passenger's carry-on bag. The stars, also known as shuriken, were neatly packed inside a beautifully decorated box. The passenger claimed to have bought them as souvenirs during his trip to Japan, not realizing they were considered weapons and therefore prohibited in carry-on luggage. Given their sharp edges and points, these ninja stars posed a serious threat to passenger safety and were promptly confiscated. The surprised passenger was let off with a warning about the regulations and the potential dangers associated with such items. This unusual encounter is a striking reminder that not all potential threats at airports come in the form of typical weapons. Even objects purchased as harmless souvenirs can pose significant risks. The discovery of these ninja throwing stars ranks as one of the craziest items found by airport security. Number 12. A missile launcher. Even by airport security standards, a missile launcher is an extraordinarily unusual item to find in a passenger's luggage. But this was exactly what security officers at Baltimore Washington International Thurgood Marshall Airport discovered in 2019. The man, a U.S. serviceman returning from Kuwait, had packed the missile launcher in his checked baggage as a souvenir. The missile launcher was not live and posed no danger to the passengers or the aircraft. However, it was a controlled military device, and its transportation violated numerous laws and regulations. The discovery of such a weapon was a shock for airport security staff and passengers alike. The Transportation Security Administration, TSA, confiscated the missile launcher and handed it over to the state fire marshal for safe disposal. The serviceman was detained for questioning, but was eventually allowed to continue his journey home. This discovery serves as a reminder of the broad range of prohibited items that people may attempt to transport on airplanes, whether out of ignorance or deliberate intent. A missile launcher is undoubtedly one of the craziest things ever found by airport security. Number 13. An airplane disassembled. One of the most astounding items ever discovered by airport security wasn't a dangerous weapon or an illegal item. It was an entire disassembled airplane. In 2015, a man attempted to ship the components of a disassembled two-seater aircraft from Australia to Sweden in several large crates. The airplane was not being transported illegally. However, the sheer size and complexity of the cargo drew attention. The individual parts of the airplane, including wings, propellers, and even the engine, had been meticulously packed into the crates. The plane was an amateur-built kit aircraft, and the owner had decided to sell it to a buyer in Sweden. After disassembling it and packing the parts, he had arranged for it to be transported as cargo on a passenger flight. This incident is a testament to the unusual lengths some people go to transport items across the globe. While not a security threat, the disassembled airplane undoubtedly ranks among the most unusual and crazy things ever discovered by airport security. Number 14. Gold bars, hidden in a baby diaper. In a surprising and audacious attempt at smuggling, airport security officers at the Indira Gandhi International Airport in New Delhi made a startling discovery in 2015. During a routine luggage scan, X-ray machines detected something suspicious in a family's baggage: a baby diaper containing hidden gold bars. The family, traveling with their infant, had ingeniously concealed gold bars within the layers of a baby diaper. Upon further inspection, customs officials unwrapped the diaper to reveal over a kilogram of gold bars carefully concealed inside. The value of the gold bars was estimated to be worth tens of thousands of dollars. It was clear that the family was attempting to evade customs duty by resorting to such an unorthodox smuggling method. The family was immediately taken into custody and faced serious charges of smuggling and attempting to defraud customs. The incident sparked an investigation into potential links to illegal gold trafficking networks operating in the region. This audacious smuggling attempt not only highlighted the lengths some individuals will go to evade taxes and regulations, but also showcased the vigilance and effectiveness of airport security personnel in detecting illicit activities. Smuggling precious metals, including gold, is a prevalent issue worldwide due to its high value and ease of transport. Customs authorities remain vigilant in identifying various methods employed by smugglers to evade detection. The discovery of gold bars hidden within a baby diaper serves as a striking example of the ingenuity and risk-taking associated with illegal smuggling operations. It is a testament to the challenges faced by airport security officers and the critical role they play in maintaining the integrity of customs procedures. While the incident itself was extraordinary, it also shed light on the broader issue of illegal gold smuggling and the potential impact on national economies and global trade. This astonishing find secures its place as one of the craziest and most daring discoveries made by airport security. It serves as a constant reminder that individuals will go to extraordinary lengths to transport illicit goods, and airport security personnel must remain ever watchful to safeguard against such attempts. Number 15. A Batman utility belt. In a truly remarkable and amusing incident, airport security officers at London's Heathrow Airport stumbled upon an unexpected item during a routine luggage scan in 2014. The X-ray machine displayed a distinctive outline that immediately caught their attention: a Batman utility belt. Complete with all the signature gadgets, including the iconic batarangs, the utility belt belonged to a passenger who was en route to a comic book convention. The passenger, a devoted fan of the Caped Crusader, had packed the belt as part of his costume for the event. While the discovery of a Batman utility belt may have brought a smile to the faces of the security officers, strict airport regulations prohibit the carriage of items that could potentially be used as weapons. Due to the sharp edges of the batarangs, they were deemed to pose a risk and were promptly confiscated. The passenger, although disappointed to part with his cherished batarangs, understood the necessity of adhering to airport security rules. He was allowed to keep the utility belt itself, symbolizing a compromise between his passion for cosplay and the need for passenger safety. News of the incident quickly spread, with headlines proclaiming the peculiar discovery at the airport. Social media was abuzz with comments and memes, highlighting the humor and uniqueness of the situation. The Batman utility belt incident serves as a lighthearted reminder that airport security personnel encounter a wide range of unexpected items in their daily operations. Amidst the serious nature of their work, instances like these add a touch of amusement and serve as a reminder that passengers should be mindful of what they pack, even if it's a beloved fictional character's utility belt. While Batman's utility belt may have been deemed unsuitable for travel, the story itself became a moment of entertainment and laughter for those who came across it. This remarkable find definitely secures a spot as one of the craziest and most memorable things ever discovered by airport security.